Welcome to the channel they stalk, screenshot, and secretly study, but still pretend we don't exist. This ain't just a vibe, it's a visual reality check. Because while they're busy building their identity off our features, we're just out here, existing flawlessly. If they've ever mocked your glow, then ran to the surgeon with your photo in hand, you're exactly where you need to be. Today, we're talking triple threats, the kind of beauty you can't fake, buy, or filter. And yes, it's about to get real uncomfortable, because the truth always is. So sit back, sip something cute, and prepare for beautiful pettiness with a higher purpose. Follow for more unapologetic exotical content, where we don't rewrite reality, we just remind you of it. Let's vibe, let's just take a moment to bask in our beauty, our stunning, top-to-toe, natural, undeniable beauty. My other videos have already shown some of the many photos these women post, trying to imitate us. But today, let's highlight us, the women who are 100% stunning, head to toe, the Miss Universe types, the women at the top of the food chain. Psych, I'm not letting them off the hook that easy, because while we're glowing, I'm also going to show you the hot mess that surrounds us daily. They've been giving out Miss America and Miss Universe crowns like participation trophies, because a group of certain people begged loud enough. Let's be real, a lot of people simply can't handle the truth, because it's brutal. The reality is, not everyone is considered attractive, and deep down, a lot of folks know that. That's why they get so defensive when someone finally speaks the truth. And honestly, the truth is painful because it exists and warps many's delusion. People need thicker skin. Most of them just don't have the features. Why lie? Like Exoticals United said, they look like La Davis, Whoopi Goldberg, and yes, they really do. They try to uphold darker-skinned women like Lupita as beauty icons. But we all know the truth. Men are not running to the restroom to fantasize about Lupita. She's low on the desirability list and high on the I live in delusion list. Let's talk about that YouTuber who kept asking, what does she mean by saying Tatiana Ali and Kimora Lee Simmons are exotical? That told me everything I needed to know. There's some serious denial and self-protection going on. It's obvious they're exotic. Then she said, what's an exotical? I don't even know what that means. Girl, please. That's gaslighting at its finest. You all created a term to mock us, then turned around and acted like it never existed. From what I understand, the term exotical was used mockingly at first, but Exoticals United reclaimed it to advocate for ambiguous and exotically featured women. And now, suddenly nobody knows where it came from? If you didn't know, why didn't you do your research? Oh, that's right, because it would have proven our point. They'll be selective about what they see, just like they're selective with our images when using us for inspo pics, but then turn around and act like we don't exist. These women are not well. The depth of their insecurity is bottomless. And I'm glad Exoticals United got on this platform and tore one in their lace fronts. No scissors, just truth. I'm exhausted dealing with them. Even in my gated community, when I pass them, it's off. They are whole doctors out here hating on their dang on patients. This insecurity goes deeper than their constant complaints about their foundation shade not being represented. Yet, they try to exclude everyone else, preaching black girl magic, as long as that black girl doesn't look better than them. Can someone say, Gabrielle Union, Ryan Destiny? They want to be a team until they start teaming up against you because you don't need any enhancements. You are the enhancement. They've got the worst customer service too. I went to one government establishment where they love to spread their insecurity dressed as superiority, and one of them stared at me like she was looking straight through my soul. I keep asking myself, what are you thinking? We will never know, because they are so delusional they even are delusional about their thoughts. Although being delusional is a thought, this extreme woman form of illusion and mirrors is off the chains. Instead of this government employee gently handing me back my ID, she pushed it across the counter like I just stole her man. Although their men are in the bathroom without our involvement in the situation. We don't want your dusty men and have morals. We don't have to steal taken men when free men want us as well. Now back to the story. Was it my ID photo that made her reflect and rethink her whole life? Was it the 100% stunning beauty and tall, thin frame staring back at her that caused her internal malfunction? We may never know. Only they know. And they'll never say it out loud because I'm mad because she's prettier than me doesn't really win arguments in public. Now, the original critics of Exoticals, suddenly quiet. They don't want to talk about how they mocked us and mistreated us. Why? Because what we say is too real. We shut them down. Here's the thing. They live in the moment. They don't think long term, just like narcissists. When you bully people long enough, you're eventually going to get exposed. And when that happens, they start to backtrack, deflect, and hide. They sit there bug-eyed, trying to act normal. But you know that look. You walk into the room and they freeze. Their brain malfunctions in the first 2 seconds of seeing a beautiful woman walk in. They know the truth, and instead of facing it, they protect their fragile egos through projection, silence, and manipulation. A lot of them don't want to admit they aren't exotic, and that resentment is loud. How you hating from outside of the club? You can't even get in. Let's go to the facts. If what we say wasn't true, there wouldn't be so much hostility or so many attempts to rewrite the narrative. Everyone's happy while they try to rewrite the narrative, but when we tell the truth, everyone's unhappy. Some of us may be considered exotical, but very few are what I call a triple threat. Triple threat means you check all 3 boxes: natural beauty, brains, and body, plus the exotical features. And when you throw in the good hair and the height, that's when you enter the elite category, top of the desirability list. This channel is for us, the triple threats, the ones who have it all. We are often silenced, but guess what? I've been pushed out of the workplace and right into the soft life. So now I have time to be petty, time to speak truth, time to use this channel as my little diary. We are not the problem. We have every right to talk about how we're treated because of our beauty, which, by the way, just happens to be the global beauty standard. People can attack the messenger, but they can't argue with the message. Like they do Exoticals United claiming that she supposedly looks kind of like them. Because let's be real, many of them don't even look close as good as the supposed Exoticals United. I have a question. How can you figure out someone's identity behind an anonymous profile? There are billions of people all over the earth with many sounding similar, especially newscasters. They have a similar sound. They probably spent 2,000 hours scouring the internet, listening to 2,000 different women's voices just to try to humble Exoticals United. But, like she said, they use black features to humble you. The comments were filled with, "Look at her hair," and your point is? It is that you are admitting that your phenotype is not exotical. It is the opposite, which admit that you are at the bottom of desirability, since we are at the top. And deep down, they know it's true. Here's the uncomfortable truth. People are spending stacks to look like us. They want to replace us, but also act like we're invisible. They cling to celebrities like Beyonce, Rihanna, Chloe, and Halle Bailey. But when you take those celebrities out of the mix, they're forced to look at women who actually resemble them, and suddenly, it's not so glamorous. So now they're trying to uplift unattractive women who mirror their own phenotype, calling them stunning. And I'm just sitting here like, really? Where? They claim men are chasing them down left and right, but their phones are drier than a Popeye's biscuit with no drink. One of them told me she had so many men trying to pay her car note. Then 4 months later, her car got repossessed. I didn't ask questions. I just laughed. To myself, of course, because these women may become combative when you try to break their delusion with reality. Who flexes about imaginary men, then loses the car they claimed those men were fighting to pay for? Girl, please. This isn't about colorism. It's not about racism. It's about truth. And the truth is, not every group was handed beauty standards by their own men. Remain at the bottom, lying to yourself that you're her, when in reality, you're just the background character in someone else's story. Maybe supporting your natural look would help, because clearly, trying to look like someone else just promotes their look even more. And honestly, I'm not here to help anymore. I used to be a social justice warrior for y'all. I fought for y'all. I caped for y'all. But after how I was mistreated, that cape is on fire and I'm watching it burn. They'll get jealous of how well you advocate and then turn around and say, "You're not one of us." Well, good. I'll just stay at the top then, moisturized, unbothered, and honest. Follow for more unapologetic exotical content, where we don't rewrite reality, we just remind you of it.